Welcome to Easy Time's video training series over the Easy Clocking system. This session will be discussing user information and how it will tie back to the payroll system. This portion becomes very important as it is the direct tie from the Easy Clocking system to your payroll system. In order to double check this information as part of your homework in training session 1, you'll start by going to the Users tab, and we'll begin in the General subtab. Selecting our employee, we will want to double check several pieces of information, and we will need to set several pieces of information. Let's begin by what information to review. The spelling of the name, always important, but most important is that employee ID number. You'll see here that it is grayed out. It cannot be edited once it is in the system. If we do find that it is incorrect from the mass upload at the beginning of your implementation, we do need to create a new employee with the correct number. Below, you'll notice several different fields that are with drop-down menus. The location is going to indicate where the employee is going to be clocking in. This may or may not refer to a physical time clock. Next, we'll have the department that the employee is a part of. These lists will be specific to your specific application. Then we'll have the position that will mirror what is on their contract and their default job, which may or may not need to be selected depending upon the import type. Again, if it is not there, most of the time you will not need to put anything in the default job. You will be notified if you do need to adjust that. As far as the employee type, you will probably not need to adjust this, but again, this will come specifically from your superiors as to what type of employee that may be. If it does need to be edited, we will see different times: part-time, contracted, regular, seasonal, temporary, or more specific terms to your specific application. These are oftentimes referencing to your truly salaried, to your contracted when they can and cannot acquire comp time. Down below, one of the most specific that we will need to adjust is the pay class. The pay class, as we've mentioned in other videos, is what defines the rules of pay for each employee. You will be instructed to modify this field to the specific pay class that is specific to your employees. The pay period frequency and the pay period schedules do not need to be adjusted. They can stay at the company default unless otherwise instructed. Same with the hourly rate. The hourly rate may or may not be introduced into the system as it is not necessary, but it can be tracked as well. Keep in mind that if it is added, it is going to have to be edited if an employee does get a promotion or their rate of pay changes. If the employee is on a yearly salary, truly salaried, cannot earn comp time, we can select the yearly rate button, and whether or not we want to put in the yearly rate falls under the same rules as whether or not we would put the hourly rate. We would simply adjust the days and hours as are necessary and click Save. If a ID card is being used, the number will go here, and if the employees are going to have a PIN number for the clocks, that will be entered here. If they are ever deemed inactive, as in a part-time or a seasonal employee, we can click Inactive. We can then go back and reactivate them at any time. We can also go through here and terminate an employee. Same thing, if for some reason they would be rehired, we can always reactivate them as well. You will also be given a menu to select a date that they are either inactive or terminated. Finally, they will need to be saved. We can also upload a photo of the employee if you so desire. That covers the General tab. Next, we want to move over to the Personal tab. Again, this information is all optional as far as how much you would like to fill until we get to the custom fields. Below here, where we see SSI, SSN number, status, holiday calendar, groupings, and department number, all of these are what we call custom fields. These can all be generated at any time for your specific application. One that you will see consistently will be the holiday calendar. This will allow a system administrator to put in the correct holiday calendars for your employees. This will make life a lot easier when adding in holiday calendars. We also see these commonly, as with groupings, perhaps in fire departments where they may be on shift A, B, or C, or shifts 1, 2, and 3. All of these can be customized in many different ways, and we'll discuss that over in our tutorials in another section.